couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. Something was off. Ethan's words echoed in my mind long after our session ended. The man with the grey eyes. The more I thought about him, the more real he seemed. His presence felt suffocating, a shadow that haunted every thought. It wasn't just Ethan who was tangled in this. I was too. The walls of my office closed in on me as I sat at my desk, going through case files, hoping to find some explanation, any rational explanation, for the strange connection that was growing between me and my patient. But nothing made sense. Each paper, each case, each report, nothing stood out. Everything felt like static in my mind. Why couldn't I remember more? Why couldn't I remember the man with the grey eyes? I had seen him. I knew I had. Hadn't I? I ran my hands through my hair, frustration bubbling to the surface. I needed to focus. I needed to think. I was a neuropsychologist. My entire career had been spent on unraveling the mysteries of the human mind, of finding answers to the most complex of conditions. But this was different. This felt wrong. This felt like a puzzle I couldn't solve. And the more I tried, the more I sank into the mire of confusion. The clock on the wall ticked in the background, each passing second feeling like a weight on my shoulders. I needed to figure this out. Not just for Ethan's sake, but for my own. I finally stood up and paced the room. The air felt thick, stifling. I opened the window, hoping the cool breeze would clear my head. But the moment I did, I heard the phone ring. The sound sliced through the silence, making me jump. Ethan? I picked it up with a sudden rush of adrenaline.
Evelyn, I can't stop it. I keep seeing him.
Ethan's voice came through, hoarse, barely a whisper. My heart raced as his words hit me. What do you mean, seeing him? I asked, the words slipping out before I could stop them. I wasn't prepared for this. I wasn't prepared for more.
The man with the grey eyes, Evelyn. Every time I close my eyes, I see him. I see his face. And I can't make it stop.
He continued, his voice shaking. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up. I closed my eyes for a moment, taking a breath. The grey-eyed man. The words echoed in my mind again. I wasn't just hearing this from Ethan. I had heard them before. But where? Ethan, listen to me, I said, trying to steady my voice. We've been through this. You're not losing your mind. This is just part of your memory recovery. You've been through a lot. And these things, these visions, they're normal. They're fragments, pieces of your past resurfacing.
But it's not normal, Dr. Marks. You don't understand. The more I try to remember, the more I feel like I'm losing control of my mind. I don't know what's real anymore. I think, no, I know, he's in my mind. And I think he's been there for a long time, watching me, controlling me.
His voice was filled with panic. Controlling you, I said. My voice a mixture of confusion and concern. What do you mean by that?
I think he's been controlling my memories, Dr. Marks.
He whispered, as if saying it aloud made it more real.
I've seen flashes of things I shouldn't remember. And it's not just me. I think you're involved too. I think this whole thing, my memories, your memories, it's all connected.
My breath caught in my throat. I'm involved too. The words felt like a slap across my face. I stumbled back into my chair. What was he talking about? How could I be involved? I don't understand, I said, almost pleading, though I wasn't sure why. What do you mean, connected? We're just recovering your memories, Ethan. That's all.
No, Evelyn.
He interrupted. His voice was like more urgent.
This goes deeper than that. I've been feeling it. Ever since I came to you for help, I've been seeing things, hearing things. I see you in my memories. I see us both. But I can't remember what's real and what's not.
The room seemed to close in on me as his words sank in. He sees me in his memories. I felt a strange unease, like I was being pulled into something I couldn't escape, something that was beyond the realm of medical science, beyond any explanation I could offer him. And what was worse was the growing sense that I was losing my grip on reality. "You're not crazy," I said, my voice trembling, trying to convince both of us. "But what you're saying doesn't make sense. These are just fragments, pieces of your mind, nothing more. I'm here to help you put them back together."
You don't understand, Evelyn. I think we're both part of something we don't even remember. He's been in our lives for a long time, and I think we've both been part of it. The experiment.
Ethan said with his breaking voice. My stomach twisted. The experiment. What was he talking about? I had never heard of anything like this before. I couldn't have been involved, could I?
I need to see you. I need to tell you everything.
Ethan's voice was urgent, filled with fear.
Please, Evelyn. I can't do this alone.
I paused for a moment, my heart pounding. What was happening? Was I losing control, or was Ethan somehow pulling me into his confusion? I wanted to trust him, but the grey-eyed man was starting to feel too real. "Ethan," I said finally, my voice steady but uncertain. "I'm coming to see you. We'll figure this out. We'll figure out what's going on." I hung up the phone and stared at the wall in front of me. I felt trapped in a web of memories I didn't understand, memories that didn't feel like my own. There was something deeply wrong with all of this, something deliberate. Someone was controlling these memories, and it wasn't just Ethan. I grabbed my coat and walked to the door, my mind racing. I wasn't just going to see Ethan anymore. I was walking into something far deeper, something darker than I had ever imagined. As I stood at the door, ready to leave, I realized the truth. I was part of the experiment. But why? And who was behind it all?